and surrender to Him? What's your excuse? Bev Shea was once asked, what do you know about God? He said, I don't know much about God, but what I do know has changed my life. See, you don't have to know everything about God. You don't have to know everything about the Bible. You don't have to be a theologian to come to Christ. Just come like you are. But the thing that I want you to remember is that this host at this banquet said, none of those that refuse my invitation are going to taste of my food. And Jesus is teaching that if you refuse the offer of mercy and grace and love of God in Christ at the cross, and where He rose again from the dead, if you refuse it, there's no more hope for you. None of these which are bidden shall taste of my supper. They're without excuse. And once Dwight L. Moody was invited to speak to 5,000 atheists and agnostics in England. And when he finished, one fellow stood up in the rear and said, I don't believe a word you say. And Moody said, all right, let's find out something here. He said, I want every one of you to say, I will or I won't. I won't receive Christ or I will receive Him. I won't or I will. I won't or I will. So one man got up and said, Mr. Moody, today I will receive Christ into my heart. I want to make sure. I'm a good Anglican, but I'm not sure I really know Christ. Another one got up and said, I won't. Another one said, I will, I won't, I will, I won't, I will, I won't, till he had gone through that whole 5,000 crowd. Which are you saying tonight? You've got to say something. You can't be neutral because God won't let you be neutral. You've got to decide one way or the other. Jesus said there's a narrow gate that leads to a narrow road that leads to eternal life. He said there's a broad road that leads to destruction and hell. Which road are you on tonight? And whichever road you're on is your own decision. Christ has provided the way to the narrow road that leads to eternal life. What are you going to do about it? Will you say, I will? It's a matter of your will. When you get married and you stand before the minister, he doesn't say, do you love this woman? You've already decided that. Will you have this woman? You've decided that. He asks for you to say, I will. I'm asking you tonight to say to Christ, I will receive you into my heart. Well, what do you have to do? You have to repent of sin. That means that you say, Lord, I'm a sinner. I'm sorry. I'm willing to change my way of living. I'm willing for you to come and help change me like you did Mike. And then you must receive Him by faith. That means you put your confidence in Him. You put your commitment in Him. You're committed to Him for life and forever. And no other gods will be there but Him. And He's going to be first in your life from now on. If you have a doubt about your relationship to Christ, you come and settle it tonight. I'm going to ask you to do something that we've seen thousands of people do.